Hello, everyone. You warmly welcome to the Style Made Simple by Dressen's channel, your one-stop fashion hub for learning in the easiest of ways how to cut out your outfits without patterns and also how to assemble them in a very professional manner. Now that's important because it's one thing to be able to cut out your outfits, but it's also another thing altogether to be able to put the cutout pieces together in a very professional manner. It is also a lifestyle and fashion tidbit channel. You warmly welcome. Now, if you are here with me, it must mean one thing. It means you have an interest in fashion, and I appreciate that a lot. But I'd appreciate it even more if we can take this friendship a notch further. Kindly subscribe to this channel by pressing the subscription button and also hitting on the notification button. This will enable you to get video alerts anytime I upload new videos. I thank you for keeping faith in me. Now today's video this project is all about zippers. We are going to learn about zips, a few things about zips, and then a few tips on how to fix the lapped seam. Come go to the workshop with me. Okay, so you're welcome to the second segment where we are going to be doing our practicals, and you can see I have this piece of fabric prepared. I have already joined the seam on the right side, a 1-inch seam, because usually that is what we use to close our openings. Our 1-inch seam has been stitched and nicely pressed and flat. Now to be able to fix, we are going to be using a white zip. I'm using a contrast color zip and a contrast color thread, a white zip and a white thread. I'm using the contrast color zip because I want the project to come out properly. Now to be able to fix your zip well, you need a special aid called the zipper foot. A zipper foot will enable you stitch closely to the teeth of the zip. Now most machines have these zipper foots. If not, you can get them at the local haberdashery shop. So I'm going to fix my zipper foot as quickly as possible, and then we can take it from there. Okay, so now that we have our zipper foot fixed, we are going to stitch our lapped zip. Now the lapped zip comes in two variants. We have the lapped concealed and the lapped semi-concealed. So this first one I'm going to do is the lapped concealed zip. Now to be able to get it right, we have a fold here, and then we also have a fold here. Now the first row of stitching that is going to take the zip, you shift the fabric a bit. So you send the fold backwards. So we'll end up having something like this. You're going to position it like this to take the first row of stitching. So we are going to stitch outside the fold. You then position your zip on the underneath the fabric. And so this is what we are going to get. Okay, so you can see the fold, and then you can see the new fold I have created, which is very close to the zip. Now that, like I said, the zipper foot is going to enable me to stitch as close to the teeth of the zip as possible. So I've stitched way past the stopper. As you can see the folded line, and then you can see my new stitching line. You can see my new stitching line. Now I'm going to cover the lapped seam. or the lapped zip. Okay, so I cover it. Once I put it over like this, it's going to cover everything. So there we have the seam covered. The first row of stitching has been covered neatly. So I'm crossing over the zip, and then I'm going to stitch right down to the end. So as you can see, it is only one row of stitching that is showing. The initial stitching we did has been covered completely. Now once you get to where the head of the zip is, you make sure your needle is in the fabric, and then lift the presser foot up or the zipper foot up, and then open up. Use the pull of the zip and pull the slider down. Pull the slider down so you can have straight access to the end. So that's it. So that's it. We have a lapped concealed zip, beautifully made. The first row of stitching is covered completely, and it is only the second row of stitching which is showing. So that's how easy zip fixing can be. So now let's move on to the second one, which is the lapped semi-concealed. Again, we have our fabric joined and nicely pressed. I've used the pinking shears to pink the edges or to neaten the edges. And so this time I'm going to be using another contrast color, but this time it will be pink. We are going to see, it is going to cover the teeth of the zip, yes, but we are going to see two rows of stitching, one row here and then one row here. Now what you stitch here should be of equal size to what you also have here. Fabric, the fold, this time we are not going to push any fold. We are not pushing anything. We are using the fold. Make sure the folded edge is touching the center of the teeth of the zip. So you have it covered like this. And then I'm going to be stitching right through. You maintain the same allowance down. In order for you to be able to see, center the fold, you open up the side, so you can always make sure the fold is centered on the teeth of the zip. Now once I get to my base, I close up, and so now I have the lap created, and I'm stitching the other half. The other half of the zip. So this is what we got for the lapped but semi-concealed zip. So that's how easy zip fixing is. You always have to make sure that your ending are balanced. You don't have one end of the zip jutting longer than the other. So that's it for our zip fixing. Okay, so these are the 3 zips I'm going to be using for examples for the projects. As you can see, they are of different makes. Now, zippers are basically a set of interlocking teeth connected to a strip of fabric, a set of interlocking teeth, of course not human teeth. This is a zip teeth connected to a strip of fabric and applied on openings on outfits. Almost all our outfits have zippers. So it's usually applied on openings on outfits, bags, suitcases, etc. They are of different makes, as you can see here, and they come in different lengths and colors. Now, for the purposes of the parts of the zip, let me use this tape or this zip. Now let's look at the components. We have the fabric tape, which is this part. Then we have the teeth of the zip, not the human teeth like I said. This is the zipper teeth. We have the teeth of the zip. Then we have the pull or slide. This is the pull or slide. This is what enables us to open up and close the zip. And then we have the hold attached to the pull or slide. Okay, this has a fancy trimming at the end. And then last but not the least, we have the stopper. The stopper at the beginning of the zip and also at the end of the zip. You have a stopper there. This regulates how far the zipper can go. So the stopper holds the zip at a point or stops the movement of the zip at a point. So this is the stopper end of the zip. So as to the variety of zips, let's talk about the teeth. The variety comes in the teeth. You have the metallic teeth. As we can see, the metal zips come in a variety of finishes such as silver, brass, gold-plated, etc. This teeth is made of silver, and because it's made of silver, they are shiny. It's kind of multifunctional or dual functional. You don't only use it as a finishing or closure for the outfit, but you also use it as a form of trimming because of the shiny surface. It is also used as trimming. So usually when you are done with the zip fixing, the teeth of the zip would show. Okay, the teeth of the zip would show. Then we have the nylon coil zippers. They have the teeth made of long and tiny nylon coil-like threads wound tightly onto the fabric tip. They're very flexible. Nylon coil tips are very, very flexible, and usually they do not separate. They do not separate as in coming apart like the last example of zip, which is the Vislon or molded plastic zip. These ones are zippers that have the teeth made of plastic material, big teeth that interlock when you close, but the teeth are made of plastic materials and they are separable. You can get one part of the zip out like this and then attach it again and then close it up. Now, these plastic molded zips are favorites because they can be separated. They are favorites for jackets, sportswear, jackets, and all that. So these are the 3 examples I'm able to give today. I hope with this information, your choice of zips for your outfits or for your projects will be more informed. Thank you. Okay, so it's time for the word segment. The word for today has to do with the length of our outfits. usually would have 4 lengths when it comes to our outfits. We have the mini, which is usually just a touch on the knee, exactly on the knee or just slightly above the knee is mini. And then we have the micro, which I call the wicked mini. The micro is way up the thighs, usually very close to the butt. As soon as you come down from the butt, you have the micro length. So that's how come I coined it the wicked mini. And then we have the maxi length. The maxi length is the full length outfits, right from the waist, or if it's a complete dress from the top downwards, it crosses your ankle. That's the maxi length. And then last but not the least, we have the midi length. The midi length is anywhere between your knee and your ankle. You would have your midi length. But the word for today is T length. T length is a breed of midi length. T length is just 3 or 2 inches above your ankle. So of course it's a long length. So it's closer to the ankle than it is closer to the knee. So that's the word for today, T length. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.